I'm from Nuisance.industries. We're the art of making a scene. So what we basically do is we're an on-demand creative agency. So as the previous guy from Temploy said, a lot of people are in the market for part-time jobs, but I mean, there's a different category of, oops, can I get this to, yeah. So there's a different category of part-time workers, and this is the creative worker. So the creative worker, it's not as straightforward as I need someone to send flyers. These are people who have to create something from scratch, who have to interpret your brand, who have to, artists, illustrators, filmmakers. So you can see here, there's this myth of the starving artist, right? Well, there's a kernel of truth in that, because if you look at MOE's 2014 survey, right? The bottom of the list, this is literally the bottom of the list, right? It's all creative workers, right? So this is a problem. This is definitely a problem. Okay, next slide. So this is the reality I face as a designer every day, right? As a freelancer, I'm fighting with $5 logo designers, right? So this is crazy. So it's either I slog it out at an agency and I don't get work-life balance, or I fight with $5 designers. So yeah. So it's the same struggle really for employers as well. So everyone needs a brand, right? Everyone needs to market. Everyone needs to sell. So basically, what happens is, as the client, I can only choose between the 50K branding agency or the $5 guy. So what's the guy in between? Well, it's freelancers, right? But it's not as simple as that. So yeah. So for startups, right? For startups, a lot of them need a brand from scratch, right? You need to go to market. So that's a no-brainer. The thing is, as a startup, you don't have funds, right? You can't afford 50K branding agency, right? So it's too expensive for you, right? So what do we do then? How do we do that? Is basically, so branding, right? So innovation has two sides. Right? There's two sides to innovation. A lot of people in the startup will think that, I have a great product, I have a disruptive product, I have a disruptive business, right? So what about your brand? So what about the heart and soul? So you have your left brain and you have your right brain, right? And look at Uber, right? What makes Uber so successful? You think it's technology? Well, Halo, Grab Taxi, they all have the same technology. What makes them so different is because they don't care about the status quo. They'll break all conventions to make the users happy. And that's what we believe is branding. Branding is the art of making a scene. And that's Nuisance. What we do basically is we're a platform that connects you with high-quality, vetted, creative workers. So people who do filmmakers, illustrators, designers, UI guys, these people are high-knowledge workers. They're not the same as service workers, like Temploy's workers. So these people require vetting, right? So that's what we provide basically as people in the creative industry. We understand both the business side and we understand the creative side. So what we do is we look at someone's portfolio. As a small business owner, if you're the finance industry, do you know what is good design? Do you know what makes a good film director? No, you don't, right? So what we basically do is, supposedly you run a social entrepreneurship. Social enterprise, right? It's a social entrepreneur. So you want to do a video to promote your cause. So let's say you want to do a video, you go on Temploy and you start looking for a film director, but which film director are you looking for, right? So we provide that consultation, basically, and to point you in the right direction. So maybe you should be finding that film director that has experience in making documentaries, right? About, like Typhoon, like a Typhoon Haiyan or something, right? So people who are experience in that. So that's what we do, right? We consult you in strategy, we point you in the right direction, and at the same time, we also consult you on strategy every step of the way. So billing and contracts and all that, that's all sorted for you. Yeah. So these are the brands that our network of talents have basically worked in. They are established brands. So basically, you can rest easy knowing that these people, they have your project in good hands. Yeah.
Is that the last slide that you have?
There's one more slide. But anyway, you can watch our showreel, nuisance.co. And also come to me later if you want a free brand consult for a startup. Cool, thanks.